Welcome back to another episode of Astropill and happy Halloween! I hope you have a fantastic one no matter what your plans are, whether you're gonna dress up or have a party or just stay at home, play some spooky games, watch some movies. I hope you have a great time. I celebrated last week with my awesome pals and we stuffed our faces and I played Betrayal at House on the Hill. Sorry, it's so hard to remember the name because all these prepositions. For the first time, it was super fun. I hope I can play it again sometime soon. Hope I can be the traitor next time, stab everybody in the back. I also went to Super Dimension Convention with Joey this past weekend, which was a really great break from these stressful weeks I've been having lately. But yeah, that's just a little update from me. I hope you have a great Halloween. I hope this will add to the mood. Okay, let's dive right back into it. So last time, we just finished talking with Mai. We'd been meaning to come back and apologize, but it was just so hard after that incident in the past, and we couldn't control ourselves. What were we supposed to say to her? But we caused her a lot of trauma. We managed to have a good moment together. We resisted the urge to kill her. And now we're gonna go visit her brother Takashi in Asakusa. He is a Kendo instructor, apparently. So it seems we have to talk to Magira to leave. Makes sense because he's at the train station and we have to leave by the train station. So let's do it. Okay, we still can't visit our apartment. I really like to take a pill. Looks like every other option is closed off to us. So we are forced to visit Asakusa. Okay.
Asakusa, the home of Sensoji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high-rises.
Okay, I know I keep talking about wanting to visit Japan and like my experiences in Japan, but I can't help it. It's this name and all these cities that I've been to that I really miss and I want to go back to. Hopefully you find it interesting, whether you've been there or not. So in Asakusa, there's like these huge shrine gates, and there's like these two god dog figure things on the gate, Daijin and Fujin, and they're really cool. I like it. It was under construction last time I was there, so it covered it all up, and it had like a picture of the lantern shrine thingy. It was really funny. But anyways, one thing that I really like at this place is that there's a really long, I hope I'm thinking of the right place. There's a really long walkway to get to like the other main shrine area in the back. And it's filled with a whole bunch of like souvenir shops, little food places, stuff like that along the way. And the one I always want to hit up is this ice cream place. It has a very distinct display, so I always can find it when I'm there, luckily. And I really love sweet potato ice cream. That's just a thing they like to have in Japan. They like sweet potato, lots of things. That's not a thing here in the US, so I crave it a lot. Just like peach ice cream, they have that too. So I always get that every time I'm there, and whenever I get to go back, I'm gonna hit it up again. I love that place. Anyways, let's go. I got a little confused on how to pronounce it because like it looks like you would just slow down and say Asakusa, but I think I like to listen to other people say things and try and imitate them to get it right. I'm not always good at that, but I like to do that. I think I hear some natives saying Asakusa, like they'll just kind of squash that U in there. So I'm just gonna go with that. Correct me if you think what am I trying to say? Correct me if you know the correct pronunciation. There we go. Okay.
My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his Kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers.
Ooh, that's very impressive.
The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want any word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ.
Ooh, so we might have to be kind of careful with this guy, huh?
A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimuro himself calling me up. I had to be cautious.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That's really scary. Okay, I'm just gonna click, like run, stop. Here we go. What's this place?
Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently.
Okay. I'm assuming we can't enter. Just double checking all our options. Okay. Hello there. You are selling takoyaki. Oh my gosh.
I like that there's a huge space right where the lantern's blocking it so you can read the entire thing. I don't see why not. Can we treat ourselves to some takoyaki? Hello there, would you be... I don't know why that's the voice I went to, but there it is. Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. They will make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. I'm sorry, it's kind of late at night. I'm getting a little loopy. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Oh, yay! Oh, the drawings are so nice. Oh, you see? Nice, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm not a huge fan of takoyaki. It's pretty good. I think I've mentioned this a couple times, and I will be hung in the gallows. Well, I'm saying the wrong thing, you know what I mean. But anyways, burned at the stake, there we go. For saying this, but I'm not fond of seafood. It just is not to my liking. It's not like I'm trying to insult everyone who likes seafood. Seafood's probably delicious to people who like it. But anyway, so I don't really like the taste of takoyaki since it's octopus. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki in all the islands. Oh, thanks. I didn't even... Oh, there we go. Okay. That's totally fine with me. I try to be as professional as I can. So I'm assuming the effect lessens with each time I buy takoyaki. All right. Hello there, foreign gentlemen. Trying to experience the authenticity of Tokyo, huh? Okay, let's go ahead and look at them. Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. Ugh, my English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Is it gonna sound like... Wait, okay, if they're speaking... Okay, in this world, we're speaking Japanese, and they're speaking English. So if they try to speak Japanese back to us, it sounds like broken English in text form. So if they're actually speaking English, how will they write it? Let's see. Is he speaking in Japanese? I can't tell. Hello there, is this something we can help you with? I don't know, who cares, what voice, whatever. Huh? I don't speak English. Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college, I don't know. As a college professor, I'm gonna give you a random ass accent even though you're definitely American. Here, I can't. I've run out of dude voices, so I'm gonna run on accents, okay? Please don't be insulted. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me. You guys, I need someone here. Brian, help me. I can't come up with all these voices.
Don't look at me. I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs.
Whoa, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never would have thought.
Would you prefer to speak in English instead?
No, I mean, no, please. Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be so nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something?
No, we come to Asakusa every year.
I can't stop laughing.
And the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh?
Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though.
Okay, cool. Glad we're done. Oh no, we have to keep talking to them. Okay. You guys come here every year? You must know the area pretty well by now. I'm looking for a Kendo dojo, where Takashi Kawana works. It should be in this area.
Kawana, why does that name seem so familiar? Oh right, he's that Kendo instructor at the dojo right behind us. We are Americans with really weird accents. People say he's some kind of prodigy. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a master in time.
It's funny because two of them have an accent, but one doesn't. I don't know. They're just friends. They can all have different accents.
Supposedly, he's very particular about who he trains. I suppose he doesn't want to waste his time with people who aren't serious. Makes sense when you think about it. That was a really weird read just now. Makes sense when you think about it. With how good he is, he must get a ton of wannabe Kendo masters coming to him.
Seems like he trains a lot of police too. In the time we've been standing here, we've seen a few come in and out. All that, and I think he's still in his 20s. For someone so young, he must be under a lot of pressure.
No kidding. I've heard talk of an
Wow.
I've heard talk of an interdepartmental Kendo tournament. It's become a matter of pride for the different regional departments.
I wish my work did martial arts competitions between departments. Nothing would work out the unspoken tension between me and my boss quite like a good smack to the jawline. Ha ha! Police fighting each other, huh? That must be pretty brutal. I mean, I guess police in Japan don't really have to use force all that much, though.
Yeah, anyway. How do you know so much about the dojo, anyway? I mean, I live in Shinagawa and I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything that specific about it.
You see, it says so right here in the dojo's flyer.
You guys are trying to show off! You guys are trying to hustle me.
He was out here about 10 minutes before you came handing them out. Kinda seemed a little prickly, so we didn't talk to him, though.
I admit, it would have been much cooler if we'd known that off the top of our head. Wow, you guys, you little rascals. But we're glad we were able to help you regardless.
Oh, makes me feel a little silly now, trying to learn more about him from a flyer. Considering he trains so many police, I'm surprised I never heard of him until now.
Are you associated with the police somehow?
Huh?
Who, me?
No, of course not. I'm an investigator, you see? Like a, private detective. Listen, if anyone comes by asking about a female detective, just,
Sorry, I don't speak Japanese, right? Ah, y'all got my back, y'all got me.
Exactly. I appreciate it. Anyway, I should get going. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for the information, guys.
Our pleasure. Good luck at the dojo. Let us know if you learn any kendo tricks.
The men in the department always puffed out their chests when they talked about the kendo competitions, like it was going to impress me or something. Never paid it much attention. Still, it's strange that someone related, however faintly, to the mask as yet another...
Wow, the commas are in weird places.
To the mask as yet another tie to my old life. Takashi Kawana seems like an interesting guy, but very serious and not keen on strangers. At least I didn't have to use any English. That would have been a disaster.
Oh, these guys are nice. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves in your yukata, even though it's fall, so it's probably pretty freaking cold. You should probably put on some pants underneath. Put on some extra layers, you know? Dress warm. Okay, this is the end of the line. Here we go. Let's take a look.
This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic.
All right, Takashi, let's talk. Oh, he's pretty handsome. I don't know how to sound like an Ikemen. I don't know how to sound like a handsome. Who are you? I don't know. I'll come up with a voice as you talk more. A friend of mine or Detective Ito? Well, we, again, don't want to, let people know who we are. So let's say we're a friend of mine. -1, but we don't want people to know who we are, right? We didn't want information about us getting out because there's a lot of police around here, so I think it'd be better to cover our tracks. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think?
Gee, thanks. Really? You think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed.
Oh, oops, we shouldn't have lied. Okay.
And now you're lying about it, pretending to be her friend and no doubt get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all.
I sound just like Ito. You know what? Give me a second. I tried a bunch of different voices for fun, but I didn't really land on anything, so let's just continue with our train wreck.
Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard my crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here, before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out.
Okay, that did not go well. Oopsie. I don't know if it would have gone any better, because he knows who we are. So if we had introduced ourselves as ourselves, I think we probably would have warranted the same reaction.
Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up.
Okay, so we came all this way just to see him, just to say hi. All right, those guys are gone. Takoyaki and this shop. Okay. Pretty sure there's nothing else left to us. Here we go.
Okay, so we're going back to Kamakura. Interesting, so they kind of just lock us on this path now that we've chosen it, so let's go ahead and go. Okay, we're running straight through. You know, our shoes kind of feel a little out of place for our whole ensemble. If it was like dark, maybe it would work better. Or maybe if it was like, maybe even bright yellow. That wouldn't be very detective-y, I suppose, but I don't know. I guess it's supposed to match our hair? It feels a little off. The hue's like a little different. Anyways, not gonna knock on her fashion sense. She can wear what she wants. It's pretty stylish. It just doesn't seem to match her, especially because she's supposed to be like a detective. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me.
Yep, you found my big brother, all right. He's been protective of me ever since we were little.
I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own.
You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything.
Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai.
No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off.
All right, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. I hope her grandma isn't like dead or something. I swear something terrible is gonna happen. Every time we need to look for a character, I bet something terrible is gonna happen. Mai, I hope you're gonna like teleport next to us or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. A dead crow dead crow, not a good sign. Not a good sign. Lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating at its remains. Okay. Not a good sign. Okay, we can either knock on the door. I'm gonna check around because this seems like a really bad moment. Okay, I doubt talking to Magida is going to really help, but we can check anyway. Oh, Mai said she wanted to see her grandmother before we left. Okay, got it. Let's go ahead and check her out. I bet she's dead in a bloody heap on the floor, very likely.
I said no visitors! Leave me alone! Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in.
I'm here too. Can I also come in? Am I allowed to be inside the house? Hello there, I am Mai Kawa's friend. I am also the Joshi Kosei.
Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me for the past.
Free you? Are you talking about the mask?
Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone! Takashi told me she died after I was born! Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop.
Oopsie. Crap. Opening the door probably leads to a bad thing or something.
Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know. Your mother, she also had ridiculous bright pink anime hair. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough.
You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family.
Gotcha there, got you.
Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami?
Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going.
Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods.
Wow, they're looking pretty anime, pretty cool.
Known to us as the kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fall from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop.
Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things.
This story may be a myth, but there is a truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins.
Come here, my sweet child.
We must keep away from her.
No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to go see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal.
Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito! You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too.
No, stop! I'll tell you your parents, how they...
You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked.
No, Mai, please. You must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see?
They? What are you talking about? You're insane! I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon.
Don't go. Please.
Goodbye, Grandma.
Oh, man. And with that very intense interaction between family, let's leave this off for the next episode. Whoo boy. So I mean, obviously Maya's very, very shielded and sheltered. No one has told her anything, so she doesn't know that there are these crazy supernatural things going on. There was definitely a parallel. My throat's giving out, sorry. There was definitely a parallel between the crow and, because the crow was, being eaten, covered in maggots and stuff like that. And they were talking about Izanami Izanagi. And she was, had like a flesh that was eaten away by bugs. There was definitely some kind of parallel there. So that was interesting. It's interesting that she brought up the tail, though. I'm trying to think more about it because, so the Yomi no Kuni, dark land, the country of the darkness, that's where we're going. That's what we're looking for. There was no sort of parallel with the masks so far, I think, but anyways, let's dwell more on that in the next episode. Man, this is really intense. But happy Halloween again. And hey, if you have a Twitter, I'd honestly be more than happy to see some cool costumes or pumpkins or like neat dishes that you made or something. Send those to me so I can live vicariously through you because I do not have any plans for the day of. All right, join me next time. This is Axis, over and out.